It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we got a beer from Magic Rock Brewing Company that's been exclusively brewed for Lidl. How exciting is that? The discount supermarkets, just when you think that they've covered all the bases, they do their craft beer festivals, especially Lidl, they do their kind of seasonal craft beer festivals. Everybody was slightly worried in 2023 because Lidl didn't do a seasonal craft beer festival. It's because Lidl have gone down another avenue. They've gone down another road. And that is what the kind of big four supermarkets are doing. And that is working with other breweries to put beer on their shelves for between £3.50 and £4 a can. But the difference with Lidl is that they're now working with these very same companies, but they're saying we don't want to put a beer on the shelf for £3 a can. We want to put it on the shelf for £1.79. So they're almost, well, if it's a £3.50 beer, they're cutting it in half, aren't they? But they're almost cutting a £3 can of, say, Tesco or Sainsbury's or Marks and Spencer's craft beer. They're almost cutting it in half by selling it for £1.79. But is it any good? 440 millilitre can, Magic Rock Brewing Company. Available exclusively to Lidl. I quite like that. I quite like that idea. As long as it's half decent. As long as, you know, I'm not expecting it to taste like a £3 can of craft beer, because it's not a £3 can of craft beer. But it looks, I mean, it's got that very similar Magic Rock branding, doesn't it? I mean, I spotted that straight away on the regular beer shelves, thinking to myself, oh yeah, that's definitely Magic Rock. 4.5%, let's get it out into a glass, see what we get. I'm using a Teku glass for this one. Magic Rock were sold last year. They've gone back to being a more or less kind of like an independent company. So this is definitely going to be one of the first beers not from... They were owned by a big company. And for me, their quality of the beer went downhill as soon as they were kind of controlled by this big company. I'm not going to judge this on Magic Rock's independence now, because of course this has been brewed to a budget, for a budget supermarket. But it's an interesting look into where Magic Rock are heading. As an independent company again, they're doing deals with Lidl. And I think, you know, as long as it's half decent, that will ensure the company's cash flow, survival, being able to get through the next few months. And then maybe they can start producing really good beer for the people who want to buy stuff in bottle shops. Let's see what happens. We got a 2-finger white head on this beer. Carbonation rolling up the side of the glass. It's straw coloured and nice and hazy. Big on haze. Well, it should be, shouldn't it? And it's not letting you down. Let's get the aroma then. Yeah, I mean, I'm really kind of having to, you know, vacuum cleaner the aroma up type of thing. I'm having to really inhale to get a bit of that tangerine, a bit of that orange peel. But it's definitely there. Shall we dive into this one then? Cheers, everybody. quite like that. Being very humble. Being very humble in the fact that it's £1.79. It's not £3. It's not £3.50 like Tesco, Morrison's, Sainsbury's, Marks and Spencer. This is £1.79. And you have to take that price point into account. It's nearly half the price of a beer that is of Magic Rock's quality in Tesco. It's definitely a Magic Rock beer. So the first thing I was looking for was, when a beer is brewed to a real budget, the first thing you're looking for is off flavours. You're wondering if there's anything kind of off, if they've rushed the beer in any way. Is there any diacetyl in the beer? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's a really solid pale ale. The base malts are shining. They've given the beer time, which is important. They've given that beer time to fully ferment out. They've not rushed it. They've given it all the respect that they would for their other beers, which is very good. There's a real sense of drinkability about the beer. It's really refreshing. If you want to drink a really, really refreshing, almost like it's got the mouthfeel of a lager. It's almost got the mouthfeel of a lager. It's super juicy, super refreshing in terms of how that kind of mouthfeel feels in the refreshingness of the beer. It's super refreshing. And then you get kind of light, crisp malt flavours, wafer-like flavours coming through. And then the hops, which of course, that's what you're all waiting for, really, isn't it? For me to talk about the hops. Yes, it's hoppy. It's definitely hoppy. They've definitely got some hops in there, which I'm really kind of pleased about, which balances it out, see. You've got that light, crisp malt over there. You've got that hoppiness on the back end. It's a lovely balance. It's a lovely balance between sweetness and bitterness. Granted, it's not the most hoppy pale ale in the world, but it was never going to be. It was never going to be for that price point. £1.79 shelf price, landing on the shelf. £1.79. That's a miracle. That's an absolute miracle for a canned craft beer like this. To have a decent amount of grapefruit, passion fruit, mango, tangerine, fleshy blood orange. It's okay. It's okay. Now, here's a question. I haven't got any beers on my shelf well, I've got some Abbey de Vonclair, different kind of, I buy a lot of beer from Lidl. In fact, I'm a weekly Lidl shopper. I got the app. I build up throughout the month and I get my £10% off at the end of the month. I buy all my meat in Lidl. I buy all the fruit and veg, the bread. I'm a weekly Lidl shopper. I like the place. A lot of you who watch the Stone Crow Virtual Pub on a Friday night will see me drinking Lidl Patronus Weiss beer. It's my cheap Weiss beer of choice. So my conclusion to all of this is, because I'm a weekly Lidl shopper, would I buy this? Would I buy this, not just for review, but would I buy this to drink off camera or drink at the Stone Crow Virtual Pub? Yes, absolutely I would. Absolutely. This will be a permanent fixture weekly in my shopping trolley. I will buy that every week. That is perfect for, we're going into early spring here in the UK. That is perfect for a lovely spring day, sitting in the garden, enjoying a beer with some music on, lighting the barbecue. It's super refreshing, super drinkable, and super sessionable. It's so sessionable. I really, really, really like that. The more I'm drinking it, the more I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I think that is fantastic value for money. Fantastic value for money. Again, I'll reiterate one more time, just in case you didn't get it. It's not a £3 can of craft beer. It's a £1.79 can of craft beer, and you have to lay those thoughts out. You have to realise that's the landing price on the shelf. That's how much it's going to cost. So it's not going to be tasting like a £3 can of craft beer. But for what it is, that is super solid. That is a 9 out of 10. Stone the Crows, 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.